Well, I remember I came up here and we told you the reason as to why I think Liverpool cannot lift the league of this season. And most people were really blindfolded by Liverpool being the defending champions. And I was not among. And now, the players that I've been talking about have gone ahead to obviously get injured. And more, during the international break, have gone ahead to fall under the same path. And guess what? Liverpool has registered 2 injury blows during the international break. And one is Gravenberch, another one is Ibrahim Konate. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name. Now, it's really a pleasure to be talking to you here, especially with the people who have been part of this channel for some long time, as we call in for you to see to it that we hit 28,000 subscribers. And how are we going to hit that landmark? We obviously need you guys to go ahead and really subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, let's move on. We are talking Liverpool. Liverpool went into the international break with the following injuries, right? They really had Leone. He goes by the names of Giovanni Leone, who got injured in the League Cup game against Southampton. And is a new signing, and he'll be out for at least 1 year with a knee injury. That is one of the defenders they brought him through to see to it that obviously covers up for Gomez, Konate and Virgil van Dijk, and went ahead and really got an injury. The teenager tore his ACL during the Liverpool's 2-1 win over Southampton in the League Cup. Slot confirmed his lengthy period on the sidelines, and he said he's not in a good place, of course. He tore his ACL, which means that he will be out for around a year. Being so young, coming to a new country, playing so well in your first game, it's very hard to take the positives. You always try to look at the positive side, and that is that he's still so young. That's what the manager went ahead to say. Then he concluded saying he still has so many years to go after he recovers from a terrible injury like that. So, Giovanni Leone's season is over. That is it. His season is totally over. Now, you can really understand what I talk about Liverpool. Now, that defender is really out. And when I was telling people here that Liverpool has a very good first 11, but the backup players are not balanced. The forward position are really okay. The midfield was lacking, and the central defense was really lacking too. You understand? So that is all about Liverpool. And now, Giovanni Leone is out. Now, Alisson Becker, the Brazilian goalkeeper, was taken off in the Reds' 1-0 defeat by Galatasaray in the Champions League. Slots said, never good to see a player go off the way Alisson had. You know? So, Liverpool's number 1 did not play for his country against South Korea last week and won't face Japan either. Slot is not overly confident on having his first choice shortstopper back for the visit at Manchester United. And these were his words. It depends on how fast the recovery goes. So it's clear that he's not going to play for Brazil. I will be surprised if Alisson will be there for the first game after the international break. From there on, things can go a bit faster or a bit slower. It's difficult to say the amount of days and weeks. For the upcoming games, he will not be part, he will be a part of us or the Brazilian side. So he's also out. Liverpool is playing Manchester United this weekend, and the confirmation is not yet in whether he's obviously going to be available or not. So those are 2. Now, let me go to the most important injuries that are really scary to every Liverpool fan all over the world, if you've been following this up. Now, this is Ibrahim Konate. French centre-back Konate was substituted against Chelsea with an injury problem ahead of the international break. He then joined up with the France squad, despite confirming that he had an issue with his squad. And since then, the defender returned home at the weekend after he didn't feature in a France's 3-0 win over Azerbaijan. Upon returning to Merseyside, the central defender will be assessed to determine if he will be past fit to start against the Red Devils. So, Konate is injured also, and he'll be subjected to what we call a late fitness test. And that late fitness test will obviously see whether the lad is kept in here or not. So that is all about Ibrahim Konate for you. You understand? So Ibrahim Konate is also another one who is not gonna really represent to the fullest if all doesn't go on well, because the player is really injured, and you know what exactly that means. The player is injured, and what does that mean? It means he is obviously a doubt for the game of Manchester United. And apart from that, they'll also struggle a lot to obviously see him play into this game of football. And if you really see him in this game of football and you want him available, then you are risking him, meaning that you have to rest him and see how things really pan out, meaning that you're really having a shortage in there for you. Now, the other story or the other player is Konate Gravenberch. You know, the Dutchman played just 45 minutes in the Netherlands win, 4-0 win over Finland at the weekend, with Ronald Koeman confirming Gravenberch had been struggling with a hamstring niggle. Gravenberch himself said that his first half substitution was a precautionary measure to ensure that he did not make his problem worse. So, the lad has a hamstring. You understand? And obviously, with the number of games coming in through, this is where I really went ahead to worry a lot for the side of Liverpool. You understand? How did I get really worried? You understand? I get worried because of the following. Every week, Liverpool is going to be playing 2 games. And most of its players are international starters. From playing for Liverpool, you go ahead to play for the national team, and you're going to be playing 2 games, meaning that every month they'll be subjected to playing 8 games. And can these players keep fit? That's why you see to it that Konate is injured, Wataru Endo is injured, Gravenberch is injured. And they're heading into one of the most important corners of the league that will take them to what we call 10 games. Because 10 games is where the table takes shape. If you've been following football for some time, you know when the table really takes shape. When we talk about the Premier League and talking about the fixtures that Liverpool really do have, you worry a little bit for them if these injuries are not really done with healing in the shortest period of time possible. Liverpool are playing Man United at Anfield. That is on Sunday. That is 25th October. Liverpool will play away at Brentford, not an easy game. You can ask Man United, you can ask Chelsea. Liverpool will host Aston Villa 1st November, and they will play away at Man City on the 9th of November. That is it. Now, at the look of this game, you know, on paper, all these fixtures, they are not easy. If you've been following up the Premier League, these fixtures are really very hard for the side of Liverpool, and them coming out and really getting some good points out of them, many of you will be even surprised, because the side of Liverpool is really having real problems, and this is how we have to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. So, as it stands, I tell you that the side of Liverpool is really in a lot of trouble. When you look at the fixtures that Arsenal are really going to be playing, comparing them to those of Liverpool, Liverpool are really in trouble. You know, Liverpool are playing Man United, Brentford, Aston Villa, and Man City. Who is Arsenal playing? Arsenal is playing Fulham, Sunderland, Crystal Palace. What is the 4th team Arsenal is really playing? Let me check it here. Arsenal. I think they're playing Burnley. You know, they also have Burnley in there. So, compared, Arsenal might go into the international break, the next international break that starts on the 10th of November, when they are 6 points or 7 points clear ahead of Liverpool. And one thing that you have to put in mind is about City. You know, Man City is coming slowly by slowly. Very many people are rewriting it off, but City is coming. City has to play Everton. They have to play Villa. They have to play Bournemouth and Liverpool. You understand? So, and that is on Saturday. That is Man City for you. So guys, I want to let you know that the side of Man City is really gearing up and really coming. Liverpool injuries are like injuries. And I told you, we've so far played 7 games. We are left with 11 games. We are left with 12 games to make it half a season. Those 12 games are having 36 points. With the injuries that Liverpool are really getting and losing out players like this, how many points do you think Liverpool will collect from the possible 36? As I tell you, more injuries are obviously going to be coming at Liverpool, as the international break won't stop and it will continue. And remember, the African Cup of Nations starts in December, and Mohamed Salah will be away and out of action. You understand? So, will Liverpool look better with Salah or without Mohamed Salah? All that and more into the comment section below. I'm hugely waiting to see what your thoughts are about this. Rokani David is the name that you are really listening, or is the name that is the voice that is really bringing you this story. I'm waiting for your reactions into the comment section below. And this is what we do here, and we continue to give you the best of the best. And let's obviously get this up and running. Thank you. I love you all, and see you when you see me. Bye-bye.